Hey, what's up everyone? I don't know if this video will ever see the light of day, but I wanted to go ahead and finish purging my tickets. I was horrified that it took so long. We didn't even get through half of them. But I also thought if anything good happens, I want to be able to share that with you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and if nothing good happens, you'll never watch this video. But spoiler alert, if you're watching this video, something good happened. So, let's get started, I guess. We'll go out to my standard summons and get those EX tickets out of my life, because they've been building up. See, I'm already up to 68. I think we ended up at 60 is where we stopped last time. And look, I already have 8 more. Jeez. Get out of my life, EX tickets. Alright, let's go in with a 5-star EX. Oh, I made these, these awesome little graphics for y'all. I've got a chart of 5 stars that I don't have that I would love to pull. That graphic looks like this. Next is my list of 5 stars that I would like to grab because they will make me a 7-star. For the first time, and so this is the crew that I'm hoping to grab. And then last but not least, here's some guys that'll give me an STMR, and then that'll be good. Their sacrifices duly noted. Alright. Anyhow, so we'll see how we do today. Like I said, if you're watching this, good things happen. We'll start with that 5-star EX. Brothers came over yesterday, and my niece came over. She's 2, and my nephew, but the story is about my niece. She's 2.5. She'll turn 3 this fall, but she's a tough cookie. Like, she's not easily persuaded into liking you. Yeah, see, Wilhelm? I didn't see you on any of those lists. You didn't show up in my graphics. That's fine. You're a good guy. And so I did everything. Like, I pulled out all the stops. I had, a Disney playlist that was on. She's a big fan of Moana. She's a friend of Frozen, too, but, I don't know Frozen. Anyway, so I had my Disney playlist on, and I know a lot of those songs pretty much by heart. And okay, get out of here, Warren. And I was just dancing and singing and yucking it up and making it, just super, super goofy and ostentatious. But guess what? I got the hugs. I got the unsolicited hugs all night long. It was great. Well, throughout my dancing. But the bad news is, my legs are like jelly today, man. Dancing is not something that's kind of like a normal thing that it's like a different set of muscles or something. I don't know. Maybe you all go dancing all the time. Good for you. It's a great workout. But I haven't danced, and I especially haven't danced to Disney songs in a long time. So I'm pretty sore today. Last time my legs were like jelly was when I went on Tarzan's Treehouse at Disneyland over the summer, but I guess the Disney is the common denominator here. But anyway, so that's how I'm feeling right now. Jelly legs. And at first it was my quads, but now it's working down into my calves and my ankles. So I'm actually wobbly. It's also happy hour, so I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting night. But kids are funny. I was a camp counselor for years and years and years. And I always liked the youngest bunch. Give me the youngest kids, because I don't know, I just enjoy that age group. They got eyes full of sparkles, right? This is also, not supposed to be a creepy conversation, so anybody who's getting a creepy vibe probably should just move on to something else, because it's not creepy at all. Anyway, I like little kids in a very pure and honest way. Those kids, easy. I could easily win them over. I find relatives, I think there's this like internal pressure where it's like, hey, we're blood. Don't you just automatically, like, don't you just like me naturally? No, they don't. I mean, they're kids. They're discerning. And I think they know, like, they smell when you're trying too hard, too. They smell it on you. And I was trying hard yesterday, but she couldn't help it. I still won her over. Man, it was such an accomplishment, too. Alright, that's all I had to say on that note. But, like I said, these are all stories for another time, perhaps, because who knows if this video will see the light of day. And seeing how I have 60 tickets, I mean, I probably will have to call it quits at some point too, because as I did with the other one. So the EX tickets don't really seem to have a very high output for on-banner units, so we might call it after half of these, because yeah, it just gets weird. It gets weird when we go on and on. And the longer I'm here, the more likely it is that I'm going to say something super awkward and off-putting. We'll see how it goes. Hey, and you guys have all been really super supportive in the comments. I gotta say, I appreciate it. It's good to know that there's people that get me and enjoy this and find this relaxing, because that's what I'm here for. It's just like lay back. I'm not laying back right now. I'm actually sitting up. But, have a good time, chill, hang out, unwind. It's happy hour, right? The happiest of hours. So, glad to know you all virtually. Okay. What's interesting? Like, have you ever thought about, like, your list of 4 stars that you would want? I wonder what that list would look like. If I get it together, I'm going to I'll insert it right here. A graphic. See, I just left some extra space to do that. But yeah, 4 stars. Because there are some really good 4-star TMRs out there. That I don't have. I have this list. I'm all about the graphics today. I'm sorry, you guys, but these are my lists of TMRs that I have, because I wanted to keep track. I wanted to know, because I was selling these out for the trust coins, or selling them off for the trust coins, but I wanted to know, like, I wanted to keep track of what I had in case, like, I ever wanted to, like, make an Excel spreadsheet or something like that. I don't know. Is that embarrassing? Whatever. I'm past the point of embarrassment. And so, yeah, it got me thinking, okay, like, what TMRs would I like? And, like, that heart overcoming hatred is supposed to be good. Krawa. It's weird, Krawa. That he's, like, supposed to be, he's got Regina just, like, as this little sidekick toy robot that's, like, just, like, tells him stories. And he's a 3-star. So, just interesting to note that. Maybe not so interesting, because, I mean, she is, like, a super robot, so it makes sense that her master would be kind of just, like, more of a 3-star average schmo. But, I mean, like, maybe even 4 stars at least. Fang, what are you doing? You are all over this. Some weird Fang. Never played Final Fantasy 13. Didn't, like, I mean, it was, like, during the time of my life when I just didn't have the time to play video games. Again, I mentioned this before, but Final Fantasy 15 was like that game that brought me back to my roots. And then I went back and I played the ones in between that I missed, but I never did go back and play 13. I've heard, like, it's a mixed bag. Like, some people really, really, really like it, but then there's, like, a lot of people that really don't. And I don't necessarily side with, like, the general population in some things. It seems like I'll like things that people, like 15. 15's got a lot of controversy, but I think 13 has even more. Yeah, anyway. Never played it. If there's anybody who really, really, really thinks I should, shout out in comments. Usually anytime I ask people to shout out in the comments about anything, I don't really hear much, but it's fun. The comments have been very, very good for me as far as y'all's support. So maybe when I ask you guys to shout in the comment, like when I'm asking a question like that, maybe we should just decide that I'm probably just asking a redundant question. Because they never get answered. But, you know, said this before too, but it's kind of that game that hits you in that spot in your life, wherever you are in life, certain age, you know, life experience, who you're sharing it with, whatever it is. It's like all these kinds of layers on layers on layers. And that's the game that kind of sticks with you. That becomes your nostalgia for a franchise or for, you know, some sort of time in your life. That's why 6 is so important to me, and why 15 will always be. Because it brought me back. Brought me back to my roots. Oh, man. But it was always fun. It's always fun hanging out with the bros. Just 2 of my bros. I got one more bro and a sister. They're far away. Families are the best, though, you know what I mean? And I've realized, like, that, like, me hanging out with you all, I'm kind of talking to you like I would to my family. Was that too revealing? But it's true. We like to talk gaming, and I don't know. Just assuming if you're here and watching, you probably have something in common with us, so that's all. That's where I'm going with that. So I don't know where we were tickets wise with in the last pool, but so far we've only seen the rainbow from the 5-star, which was really surprising. But I'm just pointing it out. Here we are in the X. So it did seem like I had a really, really lucky run as far as pulling rainbows last time. So I don't know. That's fine. I really just want, I just need to get these tickets out of my life. Everyone, man. Back to back. Nearly back to back everyone's. I mean, I'll probably leave some EX tickets just for grins, and because it's gonna start to get long. Oh, you changed to gold. Hey. Yeah, so Hard Overcoming Hatred is supposed to be a really good TMR. And I have, I think, 1 or 2 copies of that. I just, I think I mentioned this in the last video, but I do not have an abundance of TMR Moogles right now. I've been kind of like playing around with, like, when I put together my troglodyte party, with like, well, Lilith, I already had her TMR, but like Marie and who else was in that party? Bosch and Orlando. Anyway, I think like I used some Moogles to just like they could have their trust power. That was, probably silly. The good thing was, like, when I made my Crimson a 7-star this morning, I already had hits because we got all those free TMRs from the raid, I think, like during when he was popular. Is that right? Is that true? I just know that he was like already at 100%. Maybe it's not true. Maybe I did that. Maybe I wanted his TMR. I don't remember. Yeah, because he would have been a story event. It doesn't make sense that there'd be a raid attached that we would have gotten Trust Moogles for that. So yeah, I must have already done that. So strike that. Ignore it. Alright. Let's go down to 30. That means I would have burned 30 EX tickets. I'm comfortable with that. Actually 38, because we did start with 68 tickets. And maybe I'll do my sneaky little trick where I do like, I say we're going down to 30 and then I'll just do one more to find out what that one pull would have been. I like that trick. I guess it defeats the purpose because then now that I'm onto myself, I know that I'm going to do that. The better trick would be to go down to number 28, but that's just then it's just a slippery slope. Then we'll just keep going. It's just, there's no winning. Alright. I am happy to see summer wrapping up though. If it's wrapping up in game, we've got our summit unit. Okay, this is the last one. This was the one that I would not have done if I had stopped at 30. See how that works? And it's blue. So we wouldn't have gotten, is it another cryo? What is it? We would not have gotten Abel or Abel. He's got an indomitable will. Never thought he would become a vision. Well, he came a 3-star vision, so sucks for you. But the Bowie knife, everyone still talks about the Bowie knife, and go get that, and high tide with Steel Castle Malfikia. Alright, let's go back to that rare summon. See if should we do, yeah, look at my lapis. I'm already up to 41,000. Made a lot of lapis in the last day and a half, apparently, using my tickets and that gold anniversary summon or whatever it is. I got mostly lapis, I gotta say. Alright, but let's see. It's gonna take me down to 4,000. It's gonna irritate me to see that I went from 41 to 40, but we'll just do it anyway. Who knows? Sometimes you get lucky. I got my first Midiana when she was on banner on this daily summon, and I remember reading all the salt. I don't know where I was reading salt. It was probably Reddit because there's so much salt. I mean, like salt and sea there, and not worth going to 40,000. Anyway, people were like, I spent all these tickets that didn't get a single Midian, and I was like, I just got my own summon for half price summon. I didn't say that actually. I just kept quiet because you gotta be careful around salty people. I don't like to ruffle feathers in that regard. Okay, so yeah, see, 55 tickets held, all the way back up to 55. Guys, I'm trying to burn these things. So I've got 2 4-star now, and I got them from the raid. Well, I got at least one from the raid. Maybe I got both from that raid. Jeez. It's like throwing tickets at me, guys. But I know I shouldn't complain, right? But still, you're trying to accomplish. You're trying to do a purge. You want to do a purge. You want to do a purge. Purge already. So far, it doesn't look like this video is going to see the light of day because it hasn't been super fruitful. But I also might just be like, yeah, I made it. Might as well share it. Thinking I might do another news tomorrow. The news ones are fun because I just want to talk about things. I don't want to wait. Alright, so that's 2 for 2 summertime, Luca. On banner rates are real. Alright, let's go in with our rare summons. I'll try to speed this up as much as I can. Gosh, I'm already at 19 minutes. Ugh. I think I would just, okay, what would be the best outcome here? A second Tsukigo? Just to, 7-star her? Or do we want the Kato unit? I get it. Something about when we have raids and then we get the TMR moogles for them, it's like they know how to work. I get really antsy about that. I don't like TMR moogles hanging around in my inventory, especially once I got them up to 100%, and just like nobody to apply them to. That's why I think I'm such a sucker for the limited units, because like we'll get like a limited unit and then we'll get a raid, and when we get the TMRs for the limited unit, and Well, now we have trust moogles, that's the thing. True. But I can't stand to just see them there hanging out by themselves. So I've shown a lot of restraint, actually. Because we had the Final Fantasy VII units. I've got a whole bunch of Wutai ninja just sitting around in Moogle form. It just makes me, it's like, oh gosh, I'm squirming in my seat. I just don't like to see it. But, you know, control, right? Self-control. That's the thing. As I pause to go refill my drink because it's empty, and that was really irritating last time when we ran out. So, excuse me, Falma. Show off your cool little self and stop talking. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Okay, where were we? Breaking crystals. Over and over and over again. How are you guys doing with the demon raid? Is that what it's called? Demon raid? I don't know. You see, so I've been using my Tsukiko that I got, so I got that 100% rate, so that's good. But I was not able to crack the highest difficulty level. I just like, you know, try as I might, because I was like packing my party. I had Tsukiko, and then I had like 3 Summertime Lucas, and I was taking Elena along, and it's just like I could not make it. Like, I mean, even the second one down, that difficulty level, like, took me like maybe 3 rounds with Elena and Tsukiko, and I had my Summertime Luca, and she's set up as a friend unit as well with Toxic Rain, because you know, and sometimes you get lucky and you know, paralyze him or something. But yeah, it was just like, it's just taking so long. And then I think it was in Discord, somebody like snapped a picture and they were just like, easy party, 1 shot, and they had Regina and like, you know, a bunch of Summertime Lucas or whatever, and I was like, oh yeah, I have a Regina. And then I went and I looked and I had 4 Reginas. I don't know when that happened. Maybe y'all were here. Maybe when I was summoning for Elena or something, I just didn't dawn on me. Or I don't know, maybe I mentioned it before and I forgot. I tend to forget things like that. But then I was like, oh, dude, let's get our STMR. And it's a pretty powerful STMR because it gives you killers on fairies and all that stuff. Which I think that little lantern freaky guy thingy is fairy or something. I don't know. Fairy or demon, or fairy and demon, I don't know. But I just know her killers help. So yeah, so I got my Regina up to snuff and I put her on that. Get off, this surf's up. What am I doing? What am I clicking on? Get off. And yeah, she's like one-shotting it at the highest difficulty level, so that's pretty sweet. I got over the, you know, the issue there, because it's like, gosh, you gotta be making the 400 of 1 points, because if you're making just 250 or something like that, man, it takes forever. And I don't know, I haven't even looked at the rewards for that one to know if, like, I want the 30,000 event point reward. I gotta go see what it is. It's probably, you know, just raid currency or something. Okay, could you change again? But man, it was just like just a eye-opening experience to see like what the difference, like one little change of a unit can make, because Elena's pretty strong. Can't lie, like, she's great. But you know, apparently she couldn't get done what needed to get done, and Regina just can't, because she's totally OP, totally meta, vernacular. Yeah, so Kane's shown up earlier tonight. I'm telling you guys, it's like, it's almost like they've assigned me a certain pool of units that will show up. as 3-star, 4 stars, or 5 stars. Like it's like predetermined. You guys want to get into a big... Oops, that's not... Yeah, maybe this helped us. Like maybe we just went out and now coming back in, we're gonna get a different pool. I don't know. That's an interesting theory, right? Let's see if it pays off. But yeah, I mean, like, are you a fatalist, or do you believe that we determine our own fate? I don't know. It's so interesting, right? The age-old question. Pianos. Okay, so this is the one I was talking about. Heart overcoming hatred. Okay, so it boosts LB damage by 50% and it fills the LB gauge by 150. Alright, so I have Squall's STMR, so this is supposed to be like the poor man's Squall, right? Okay, so that's good to know, because that one was like highly coveted, it seemed. But I do have Squalls. And also, I have to keep track of like whose LBs I really want to be leveling up. Because there's a lot out there. And it's just hard to know sometimes who's worth investing in. And like for LB specifically, some people, it's like stupid to, you know, it's like a very, very small difference. Okay, we saw a rainbow. It's a rainbow, guys. It's a rainbow, guys. It's a rainbow. Is this gonna be the rainbow that makes me release this video? I don't know, because actually, to be honest, one rainbow in all the pulling that you'd have to suffer through to get to this point isn't all that exciting. But let's go see. On banner, could you just be on banner, please? I'm not sure what's worse. Him blowing his nose into the leaf that fell down from his... I don't know. That was a letdown. Guys, I usually try to stay pretty positive. This guy shows up all the time. Just to mess with my happiness. Alright, that was sad. Yeah, at this rate, you guys are not seeing this video. Which is too bad, because I thought we were having a good time. Man. I showed you all my charts and everything. I'll have to work that into some other video. My graphics. Graphicals. Okay, gosh. Why Delita? Man. I'm sorry, this thing's just got weird. Mentally, emotionally. I just switched into a completely different vibe. There was like that high excitement, and then to be met with Delita. I don't know, guys. It's hard. I'll see what I can do. I'm gonna try and get over the hump here. Just let's do that thing where we go back and then we come back in. Because every time it says connecting, it kind of suggests that there's like a reload happening, right? I don't know. Yeah, and then we went from Disney last night to like Jimmy Buffett. My dad played a lot of Jimmy Buffett when we were young. We danced around the living room to that. So we went there. It was a fun night, but oh man, I'm paying the price today. In more ways than one. Let me tell you. But, you know, it's always amazing too when happy hour helps. I think I've said too much. This is just, I'm being a bad role model for all the kids out there watching. I don't really want to mark my YouTube channel as mature. It's just, That feels creepy. So I'll get off this line of chit chat. Tide Rider Skaha in her surfer sandals. She's real cute. Sorry. I'm messing up my words here. Alright, 19 tickets, man. 19 rare summon tickets left. So far, none of our foxy friends. I don't know why I say foxy friends. Kato's no fox. He's just Kato. Well, if my last video made you think, like, wow, it could happen to me, spend a bunch of tickets, get a bunch of rainbows, well, then this video is here to reassure you that no, it doesn't always work that way. Sometimes you blow through a lot of tickets and you just wind up with a pile of crow. Crow pile. So, you know. Either way, the truth is always in the middle, right? Haven't we learned that as humans, that the truth is always in the middle? So it's in the middle of the luck, in the middle of the not luck. Somewhere in there. I don't know. I wouldn't mind leaning more towards the luck side right now. Wouldn't mind that at all. But I do find these units interesting. And I think for me that's the draw. And also, you know, gosh, get rid of these tickets. We had so many thrown at us. And oh man, I just remembered that this means I'm gonna have to fuse my units. Oh, it's gonna take forever. Can't stand fusing units. I need like a little assistant to do it for me. Wouldn't that be totally bourgeois? Just pass your app to a friend and be like, well, not a friend, it would be your servant, really. Like, fuse these for me. Here you go. Get these fused. Pass it back when you're done. The ultimate bourgeois experience, right? Well, I'm glad when we pop to 4-star, we're on banner. But when we pop to a rainbow, freaking delete it, right? Crazy. And at the beginning of this video, I was like, if you're watching this, it was a great experience. So now I'm just kind of stuck. If I show this, if I do publish this, and nothing did happen, then making a liar out of myself from the beginning. Oh gosh, what to do? This is why I should just not run my mouth. Stop talking, don't say things. Walk myself into a corner. Walk myself, talk myself into a corner all the time. So I'm sure a lot of you guys also have a ton of tickets. We accumulated so many tickets over this anniversary. What are you all doing? Are you saving them like crazy? And have you spent any on any of the banners that have come out in the past month? Gosh. Getting painful. Last 5. Will never say no to that armor. Great armor. Love it on my tanks. It's like defense 65, spirit 65. Pretty sweet. And then you add something like, I don't know, some of those materials that like if you're wearing heavy armor, you get extra bonus of defense or spirit. It's just, yeah. Perfect storm. Alright, well, it's making a liar out of me as usual. We just spent this time together. I thought we had a good time, but do I publish this or not? That's the question. And if I do, I obviously have to give you a little disclaimer at the beginning to say, like, ignore everything I said about this being a good video, etc., etc. Okay. Yikes. Well, we haven't reached 40 minutes yet. Let's go back to that Xvius summons. See what we get here for a few pulls. And we just saw you. Didn't we just saw you? That was deja vu. That was freaky deja vu. Gosh, Lonnie. Hey, pay a no. How about no? Oh man, it's happening. I'm getting dark and rude to the heroes that are being summoned to our side. That's when you know it's probably time to quit, right? Yeah, I don't want to be rude to Xiao, whatever her name is, however you say it. That's not who I want to be. 24 EX tickets. Maybe just go edit at the beginning and say, like, erase the part where I say, if you're watching this, good things have happened. I don't know. And I even asked in my last video, I was like, if anyone wants to see me burn those last tickets, just tell me in the comments that you want to see this do this again. And actually, no one shouted out, like, yeah, like, please go make that video. Like, we want to see more, you burn more tickets. Like, we want to see this terrible, crazy, terrible show more. So, yeah, like, I didn't see any comments that said that. So this is probably foolish anyhow. I mean, look at how foolish this is. Yeah. Okay. Alright, there it is. I'm about to quit, but let's do my secret trick of, 20? Nope, let's do one more. What would we not have gotten if we had stopped? We would have not gotten Summerlid. And we would have been so sad for it, right? Alright guys, well, if this gets published, it's because I am a mean person who wants you to share in my disappointment. So, apparently, if you're watching this, then that is who I am. That is the true me, is someone who just wants, to commiserate with other people. I don't know. I don't really want to throw an ultimatum on this and say that if I'm posting this, and that I'm a horrible person. Okay. Anyway, thank you for hanging out and watching, and putting up with all these boring pulls, but yeah, you guys are great. You really are great, that's true. I'm not gonna say that in a facetious voice, But yeah, okay. Well, as usual, I feel bad, so I'm gonna go and fill up my drink and feel more bad. So, cheers. Good luck. Hope you all had a good night. I'll go to goodbye.